Hi everybody, in this morning video from Liver Live, I will bring the latest Liverpool update. We'll start with Julian Nagelsmann unlikely to succeed Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. Liverpool could face a third rejection as they look to appoint a successor to Jurgen Klopp at Anfield, with Germany boss Julian Nagelsmann unlikely to want to take the job, according to the Telegraph's Jason Burt. The Reds are set for a summer transition, with Klopp announcing his decision to step down as head coach at the end of the 2023-24 season in January. Liverpool's incoming sporting director, Richard Hughes, and Fenway Sports Group's Michael Edwards have been tasked with identifying an adequate successor. They have reportedly already faced 2 rejections. Nagelsmann could end up being the third as he prepares his Germany side for Euro 2024. According to Jason Burt, writing for The Telegraph, Germany manager Julian Nagelsmann has been under consideration to replace Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. However, it seems the 36-year-old, labelled as outstanding by Joshua Kimmich, is unlikely to want to succeed Klopp. Nagelsmann's contract as Germany boss runs out at the end of Euro 2024, but there is little chance of him taking the Liverpool job. The former Bayern Munich head coach would reportedly become the third manager to turn down the Reds' vacancy after Bayer Leverkusen's Xabi Alonso and Inter Simone Inzaghi last month. Reports suggested that Nagelsmann was profiling well in Liverpool's data model as they continue to search for a Klopp successor. However, Burt has indicated that the young coach may not have the desire to follow the Anfield outfit's legendary head coach. Another option for them, Bayern Munich, is their former coach Julian Nagelsmann, who has also been under consideration by Liverpool, but, it seems, is unlikely to want to succeed Klopp. Nagelsmann's deal as coach of the German national team runs out after the European Championships. Micah says Jarell Quansah outstanding. Liverpool centre-back Jarell Quansah has been praised by Alan Shearer and Micah as an outstanding young player alongside Connor Bradley at Anfield. When speaking on the Rest is Football podcast, the Reds defender has enjoyed a breakthrough campaign during the 2023-24 season, having slotted into the backline in the absence of key players through injury and suspensions. At the start of the 2023-24 season, Quansah may not have been expecting to make his breakthrough at Liverpool, as the Reds looked for a marked improvement on their 5th-place Premier League finish in the previous campaign. The 21-year-old spent the second half of last term on loan at League One outfit Bristol Rovers. Earning his first minutes in professional football, Quansah returned to Liverpool for pre-season, and wasn't involved in the matchday squad for the Merseyside Giants opening 2 Premier League fixtures against Chelsea and AFC Bournemouth. However, the England U21 international was handed his debut in the closing stages of a 2-1 victory at Newcastle United in August, before a second appearance the following week against Aston Villa on the 16th of September 2023. Quansah made his first Liverpool start in a 3-1 Premier League win at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Since then, the centre-back has gone on to make a further 23 appearances in all competitions for the Reds this season, including a start in last weekend's 2-1 triumph over Brighton Hove Albion. Asked if Quansah should be considered for Gareth Southgate's England squad for Euro 2024, Shearer and Richards were quick to heap praise on the academy talent, but hinted that a 3 Lions call-up could be too early at the moment. Shearer said, "He struggled a bit in the first half, last weekend, when Brighton let him have a lot of the ball, but in the second half, he more than grew into the game and was brilliant. He read it really well. Without a doubt, he's got huge potential to be thrown into the pressure cooker at Liverpool, and the way it's going at the minute, he's obviously got a lot about him." Meanwhile, Richards followed up with, "He has been outstanding for a young player, especially in the Man City game where they had Connor Bradley at right back, and he was playing at centre-back. He really showed his maturity in that game. But in terms of England, I think it's a little bit early for him." Liverpool's big advantage in Ruben Amorim case. Ruben Amorim's release clause could be an impediment for Barcelona in the race to land the highly rated manager, amid interest from Liverpool. Following the news that Xabi Alonso is set to remain at Bayer Leverkusen for next season, Amorim, the current head coach of Sporting CP, quickly became the new favourite to succeed Jurgen Klopp in the Anfield dugout. Speaking after progressing to the Portuguese Cup final on Tuesday night, Amorim cryptically responded, "We'll see you," when asked directly about his future beyond May. However, much like Alonso, Amorim's admirers are not only on Merseyside. Barcelona have also been named as possible contenders for the 39-year-old Portuguese. With Xavi Hernandez set to stand down from his role at Camp Nou this summer, it was reported earlier this week that Amorim is a leading target for Barca, while the La Liga giants could look to steal a march on Liverpool in the appointment. However, that one report has been played down in Catalonia, with Mundo Deportivo claiming that there are issues with the option of Amorim. The former midfielder, who is under contract in Lisbon until 2025, comes with a hefty release clause of as high as €15 million. That figure is described as a possible impediment for Barca, given the much publicised delicate economic situation at the club. For Liverpool, however, the idea of paying around £13 million to secure their top managerial target is unlikely to be seen as prohibitive, giving the Reds a major advantage. Liverpool and Manchester City's Florian Wirtz blow. Both Liverpool and Manchester City have been keeping close tabs on Florian Wirtz, who they both believe is one of the most gifted young players in world football. The 20-year-old has battled back from a knee injury that ruled him out of the World Cup in Qatar, and is now again at the level that sees both Premier League title-chasing duo Keane. The quick-thinking playmaker has played 27 league games this term, scoring 7 goals and supplying 10 assists. He also has 7 goals involvement in the Europa League and will be on English soil this month, when his side face David Moyes' West Ham United over a 2-legged affair. Bayern Munich are also very much in the mix for Wirtz and would love to pair him with Jamal Musiala, as they have seen Julian Nagelsmann do in Germany's recent friendly successes over France and the Netherlands. However, Bayern, Liverpool and Man City look set to be disappointed in the short term at least, as HITC is told by sources with knowledge of the situation that Wirtz is set to stick with Leverkusen for another season, alongside Alonso. HITC has been told that Bayer hope that a number of star names, including Jeremy Frimpong, Piero Hincapié, Ezequiel Palacios and Victor Boniface, could be persuaded to stay for at least one more season. And that's the final content of today's video. Like, subscribe to support Live Alive.